All right. So this is the second match I'm going over. This is my match versus Spero. First thing I wanted to say, Spirogen's super cool. A really friendly guy. I really like his outlooks on the game and how he thinks about it. Really like the way he plays Eddie. Earlier in the day, I had beaten Tunk, which was an upset. Tunk will normally beat me. And I knew going into this tournament that I had at least three Eddie players that I had to play against. So I have been watching Spero versus Anakin, Joey Fury, and Joe Crush earlier on in the week, maybe 2 days. Actually, I watched one video this morning because I drove to Jacksonville from work. I had watched one video during some downtime at work. So I had a few things in mind. This match by far has my most detailed game plan going into it. I knew I would need a detailed game plan if I had any chance of beating Spiro. For one, Spiro loves infinite stages, and he tends to play a keep out style with Eddie. Usually he ends around with standing four or fast move like that. I was also thinking about down back two as a round ender because of the second hit. I knew in the space game I need to watch out for wall running three, sidestep 3+4, down back two, and down forward four. Wall running three is a running low that is plus on hit, puts Eddie in the stance. It's kind of hard to deal with. So typically you want to step and then duck. At least that's what I do for it. Stepping to make sure that you have a little bit more evasion for his other dash moves, and then ducking to make sure you block the low in case you didn't step it correctly. Sidestep 3+4. In the moment here, I didn't really know how to deal with it. I knew I had to look out for it. I didn't know what my option would be for it. Now I know that down forward one is the option for it. If Spiro doesn't move into sidestep 3+4, I'm pretty sure down forward one will catch it. Another thing I had in my mind was his rodeo setups. I actually was looking for them because I noticed there was a pattern to how he uses that throw whenever I was watching his matches. He does down forward 1-1 into rodeo a lot, as well as down four into rodeo. So I was prepared for those. Now I know he also will just run up and do rodeo. As far as experience in this matchup, I'm pretty lacking. The only Eddie player that I've played against that is a better player than I am is Tunk. He's literally the only Eddie I've played against at this point. With that stuff in mind, my game plan versus Eddie, those are just moves I'm looking out for, some patterns to be aware of. My game plan versus Eddie is to let Eddie be the aggressor, just kind of chill. I'm just going to use Jackhammer and chip with down back ones and try to catch him airborne with a back 3-2. Those are like the three things that I'm looking for. He's not getting hit by jackhammers. I need to down back one him to sort of manage the life lead and check him down. Just chill with jackhammer. I know he can't sidestep jackhammer. I don't know if he can do some other evasive maneuver to deal with it. I have seen it hit relax and everything. I know there was one match with Anakin where Anakin literally just did jackhammer the whole time, and it kept clipping all of the stances, and it seemed really hard to deal with as an Eddie player. So that's something I'm looking at. Back 3-2, I'm going to try to float the stances with. And generally, I feel that if I don't make too many mistakes and sort of hang myself, then I can at least hopefully make the matches close. Random select on the stage does give me an infinite. This is a little unfortunate because it is his favorite stage, but I don't care too much. I'm just looking for a two jab, jackhammer, and the occasional down back one. I don't know how he's going to play, so I'm trying to do the 2-2 timing read. Basically, what that is you two jab and then you two jab, and depending on how they respond to that, you can make an assumption on what timing speed they'll play at. If if I two jab and he does something immediately after blocking two jab, then I know that he's likely to low parry an immediate down back one. And so I should use delayed timing in that case. I should use delayed timing on my offense, and I should look to call out immediate timing keep out attempts, if that is the case. If they block both two jabs, then I know that they're not playing on immediate timing. They're looking for something else, so I can rock with immediate down back ones and things like that. That's sort of how I use two jab. There might be better ways to do it. I might be making too broad of an assumption just based on that piece of information. But yeah, I two jab eclipse, so I do forward forward one. I see him run up, so I down forward two for keep out. does clip him. I go for the unblockable setup just to see how he would deal with it. Some people will tech roll and then launch. Other people might get hit by it. I hit Super Akuma with it before he totally destroyed me. Uh, so I know good players can get hit by it. So I just wanted to see. It's still early on in the round. I think if I had down forward one tier, I would have caught him out of the spring kick. I don't think spring kick, or cross chop, sorry. I don't think cross chop beats that unblockable setup. Either way, I think he's going to get greedy with his frames. I believe cross chop is only small plus frames, so I forward 2. He does punish. Eddie does get a better punish here, forward 2-3. He goes in the stance. I duck the throw, and then I miss my punish and get hit by perch flop, which is handstand down 3+4. So I ate that launcher because I didn't punish properly. Now, I will say I did not duck that throw on reaction. I cannot duck that throw on the reaction yet. I'm still practicing it. So when I saw him go in the stance, I just sort of duck on the timing that the throw might come out. I don't always get that, but I literally I ducked on the timing for the throw and then did not react to actually ducking the throw. That's how bad my reaction times are. So normally my stuff has to be pre-planned. He does wall running 3 on wake up. I don't know Eddie's Oki or anything like that. I also don't know what his frame traps are from this. I know he has Relax 4, which is that mid homing move. But yeah, I just backdash. Or no, sorry, I just block. I should have backdashed. I really like the immediate decisions with a lot of these players where handstand down 3+4 works regardless of if the throw hits or not, because you can just do it. And if the throw hits, then, the throw hit. If the throw doesn't hit, then it becomes harder to punish, Wall standing 4 was the correct punish option for me there. I just didn't go for it. Anyway, get hit by wall running 3, I just hold back. He does relax 2, which I do know has a follow-up. It has 2 follow-ups. It has 2-3 and 2 forward 3. I believe that 2-3 is a full launch on counter hit, like a natural combo on counter hit, and it is, yeah. So that's a frame trap that I need to be aware of going forward. I don't swing into it because of that second hit existing. I don't really know what to do, so I backdash 2 jab, 2 jab. I see he didn't do anything, so I'm thinking I can start running some down back 1s. 2 jab, down back 1, full crouch, down back 1, jackhammer. I'm trying to chase him down. He does the down jab. I do forward 1. Down forward 1 is just way better in this matchup. There's no reason to use forward 1 because it's not like Eddie's going to sidestep. I dash and then don't block correctly. So I eat the rage drive, which is sad. When we traded, Junior says that I could have gotten a guaranteed forward 2 because my down back 1 traded. That may be true. I don't know. I'll have to look into that later. I do trust them when it comes to knowing the jack matchup. Anyway, I lose that first round. I'm not actually feeling that bad here. I'm like, okay, that round was closer than I thought. I know for a fact that against strong players, you can pull ahead early, but you can't close it out. It's way harder to close out a match against a good player than it is to start with a lead. So I'm not getting too ahead of myself, but it also wasn't horrific. Round start, I backdash, look for a whiff. It works. I whiff punish. You can see his face. He's like, okay, okay. And he starts smiling. Uh, I don't know my Oki alpha though, so I just run up and down back 1 that whiffs. That low into generic low is a pattern. So I need to start looking for that because he does that a few times in this set. And during the day, he did it a few times. I didn't realize that long ass second kick is a generic low. Like that kind of low makes me want to start playing Eddie, to be honest. But yeah, I'm backdashing, just kind of seeing what he does, see how reactive he is to whiffs. He goes in the stance, I duck and backdash. He whiffs, I don't punish. Down forward 1. I'm just poking. We basically at this point are just testing each other and trying to see what sort of player the other is and what their weaknesses might be. I'm looking for him to show me things that I can take advantage of either now or later. And I also know that I don't need to force stuff in particular. I don't need to force anything in particular because I'm not the aggressor in this matchup. I with a down back one, my spacing was not great. He misses his punish, and I'm like, okay, that's launch punishable. Down forward two. And what I did not realize is that I was like 4 miles away from him after I blocked that. So he does get the launch before it. So I'll have to pay more attention to that in the future. I didn't know that was something that could happen in this matchup. Here he's just gonna backdash, go and relax. I don't really care that he's doing this. I do try to dash up in back three to try to get him to, be like, hey, do something else. I don't want to look at that all day. Back three has a small advantage on hit. I do get clipped by 1-2, which it felt like he was smacking me from halfway across the stage with that move. He does standing four, sidestep 3+4. Now, standing four is -9, so this is a setup specifically to beat people who are dashing or maybe even responding with a low. Now, in this matchup, I'm pretty sure I can down forward one almost for free every single time he does standing four. Maybe backswing blow beats that. I don't know for sure. But I do eat the sidestep 3+4. That's the first time I've seen that setup. On Oki, I step just to see what would happen. I think I'm looking for wall running 3, but I realize he blocked, so I don't duck or anything. I'm just backdashing. I felt a low coming, so I did end up blocking at the right moment. I don't punish because I didn't really realize I blocked it. I do F of 1, and then I tried to dash up sidestep 1. He reacts to it and just interrupts. So that round was kind of a wash. I made a few too many mistakes. I do down forward 1 on round start. He responds with 1-2. It does clip me. I don't remember what I was pressing, but 1-2 has been pretty annoying so far. It is back to 3. I've been thinking about this move for a few days at this point, and I realize it's better to show that I'm willing to challenge it in order to make him more likely to throw out the third hit, which is -14. I'm still learning these sorts of mind games, but I think it's pretty worth it to show hey, I'm gonna challenge this, and you're gonna have to take the risk to throw out the third hit. I'm not just gonna give you free frame advantage because it's more that because I feel like that risk reward is in my favor. I do down forward 1 and down forward 2 because I saw something with. He just did a jab. He does get the correct punish, back 2-4. I hold back to get up and watch what he does. Still learning the matchup, so I don't know any of the Oki. Runs up, does rodeo. I did try to break this correctly. I was just too late. And you could see, you could see me move my head. It was only towards the end of the animation where I realized I had actually not broken the throw. Because I'm like, okay, I broke that. And I was like, crap, I didn't break that. I don't know what the Oki looks like. He whiffs down forward 2, and I just look at it. And I'm like, damn, that's good information for him, too. Because he knows now that, I'm not the sharpest, on those whiffs. I have to have created the whiff on purpose in order to punish it at this point. I run up 2 jab. He interrupts, which is really nice because it doesn't even front jab. It trades with jab. So I would have had to do 2 jab, forward 2 to beat that there. He does up forward 4. Great move. He does down 3 slide 4, which I know has a small amount of advantage and it forces crouch. I backdashed to create a whiff. Unfortunately, I don't punish. I don't even know why I stayed ducking for so long. So closes out with standing 4. There are plenty of opportunities there. After this, I'm thinking I should get off of infinite stage. That's his preference. It's arguable that since it's also my preference, then I should stay on it because when you're playing against a more experienced player, your comfort is more important than their comfort. It doesn't matter if they're comfortable on the stage. They're comfortable on every stage. They're comfortable on way more stages than you are. So you should focus on your comfort instead to give you the best chance of winning. Yeah, so I'm thinking I need to get off of Infinite Stage. Trying to decide which stage I go to. I haven't studied any of the stages in particular. The one I've spent the most time on is probably Helipad, but that's only with Brian, so it's not like I have special Jack combos or something. Either way, I head over there. I figure it's a relatively small stage and has the possibility of opening up into a much larger stage. In my mind, I'm thinking that even though it was 3 rounds straight, it wasn't awful from me, and my game plan still works. I just need to focus a little more than I did before. Junior mentions Forgotten Realm as an option here. I do think that Jack is actually quite good on that stage. I think that Jack is pretty good on every stage, to be honest. I don't think there are any stages that he doesn't like. But I, I'm just not as experienced in that stage, and I kind of want less to think about overall. So, so I go with this one. Round start, I do end up blocking Relax Win 3. So he does full crouch down forward 4 and a Relax 1 3. And I end up blocking it. I'm pretty impressed that I blocked that because it wasn't something I was thinking about. My hands just kind of did it. Sometimes I look like a bot because I'll do something automatically and then not react to having done it. So I'm kind of a bot. I forward 1 and drop my combo. Forward 1 is not the right pickup there. If I was gonna do forward 1, I should have done back 1. He does forward 2-1. Oh, no, sorry. He does punish my down forward 1-1 with his 1-2. Then he does forward 2-1. And I thought it was just 1-2. I ducked, and I didn't punish because I didn't realize I ducked. I dash up for full crouch down back 1, and it whiffs. Eddie's backdash is so crazy. It's hard to know when that move will whiff or not. I think instead of down back 1 in this matchup, I should use down 4 and full crouch down 1 because those are longer routine lows and they're more likely to hit. I block standing 4, so I'm +9. Last time he did this, and he did it again, and I ate it again. I tried to jackhammer, I because I'm like, hey, I'm +9, time to jackhammer. But no, that's not. If I had been faster, sure, but my jackhammer was not fast enough. He messes up his wall combo. I don't know if this is like some sort of setup or something like that. I also didn't know that this move was -14 at the time. I only learned that afterwards when I was watching this the first time. Forward 1-1 might not even reach here, to be honest. But I don't do anything. I just go for a jackhammer. I get the blue spark. I notice he spring kicks, so now I'm thinking about that. I might try to bait that later. He hasn't tried to low parry me at all. I'm also thinking about that in this moment. Basically, while my hands are doing blue spark, I see that. I'm like, okay, that. And then while that thought is occurring, I'm like, he also has not been low parrying because I was trying to decide what I'm going to do on Oki, right? So I dash up, down back 1. But I did while sending 4 and ruined my combo. I'm just not used to floating with that move yet. I do need more experience with I'm not a specialist with this character because of me jumping around and playing so many different characters. So these are sort of the weaknesses of being a multi-character player. I didn't notice at the time, but I floated him out of his orbital, which is up 1+2. I go for jackhammer. It's really good in this matchup. I backdash twice and with punish. And you can see on his face. I mess up the combo. I could have killed here. If I had done a short dash back 1 for a full wall splat, then I would have gotten more damage. And I almost pay for it. It gets bad. He toe taps. I've seen him do this a lot. I have also seen Tunk do this. I need to be more prepared for this after that combo. I do jackhammer. Like, what is he even going to do about this? If I backdash and he presses a button, then I kill him. If he doesn't press a button, then I just jackhammer again. So that's what I was thinking. I tried to backdash and make it happen again. I was a little too close this time, so I ended up blocking it. It was actually really good spacing from him because the second hit of that move, if only the second hit hits you, then it becomes a launcher. He does down jab into a 2 break throw. Like I said, I usually will break 2. He gets away from the wall with it. And he does a really nice, you can see my face, I'm like, shit. It's a really nice whip punish on my down back one. He does down four, and then I just go for a panic down four as well in response. And I could see I got lucky, so I'm like looking at Harmony off to the side. I thought about Atlas Hammer here, but decided that Spero is the wrong type of opponent to test that against. And also, he'll probably, like, down forward 3+4 probably reaches no matter what distance that move is blocked. So I just do down like one and then dash, thinking that he'll backdash. He challenges with 1-2. We already see the difference here in skill level, where he is mixing up his options very proactively, both on offense and defense, as well as in the neutral. He's not just sort of doing the same thing and then being slow to adapt like I am. I had a feeling a low was coming here, so I low parry. I go for the combo. I did back 3-2 too late, and that's why it whiffed. But maybe just back one would have worked, or even down forward 1-1 or down forward 1-2 or something like that. Either way, I mess up this combo. Maybe I should have saved a hit on the initial combo. Who knows? I go for debug because I want to know if he'll react to it. I know there's some way to resplat with debug at the wall. I don't know exactly how to do it. I do know that I'm way too far away for this to work, so I just go for my normal option, which is crouching blue spark. He hits the wall. I might have been able to shoulder there, but who knows. I'm trying to see if he'll tech roll. So this would have caught a tech roll, I'm pretty sure. But he side rolls and gets it backwards. I should have launched him for this, but wake up while standing 4, and then he frame traps with back 2-4. I could have ducked that, but was scared of back 2-3 for some reason. This is -9. He probably just wasn't blocking, and that's why forward 2 connected. I do jackhammer. I like doing forward 2 in the jackhammer. It's not something I should do every time, but it is what it is. He runs up, down forward 4. I'm just trying to get off of the wall. Runs up 1-2 into down forward 4 again. So I low parry again, and then I actually get this round. Low parrying there is sort of risky, but honestly, I'm not. It might be just my ignorance in this matchup, but I don't think Eddie has any like mids that are scary in that situation. Like unless he wanted to do down forward 3+4 or something. Like I guess down forward 2 is pretty nice there instead of the down forward 4. But I'm not really super scared of down forward 2 there on normal hit. Backdashing, just seeing what he's doing. I'm still learning how to use back 2, so I just kind of toss it out. It creates so much space. It's kind of crazy. He runs up, does rodeo, and you can see me fail to break it. I probably hit 2 there. I feel like that's a face I would make if I hit the wrong button. Gonna fish for jackhammers. I'm trying to modify my timing on it, make him not know when I'm gonna do it. So I get blue spark. I messed up blue spark here. I hit down 1+2 instead of down forward 1+2, and that's how I got Atlas Hammer. And you see me roll my eyes. I'm like, Jesus Christ, how did you mess that up so badly? Down back 1, he challenges here. So in the future, I should try to start showing maybe some wall standing 4s. I don't know why I ducked there. It's really clear that he's been doing sidestep 3+4. So I block forward 4 from Eddie. I thought I could punish it with back 3-2. Maybe back 1 would have hit. I'm not sure. But he does instant wall standing 1-3, which is a really cool option that I was not aware of, or I had not thought of. After the combo, I sidestep, duck. I figured he'd wall running 3 there. It just felt like a moment to do that, so I punish. Anyway, I down back 1, and then I crouch cancel into rage drive here, and he up forward 4s, and I'm like, oh, what a great option! What a fantastic option! That beats so many things. Like even if I had done wall standing 4 to frame trap here, he might not be dead because I have to wall standing 4. It floats down 3 plus down forward 3+4 to break the wall. Down forward 1/1 into rage art maybe kills, but it's not how it goes. Not only did up forward 4 perfectly beat what I went for, it also wall splats here, and he knows that, so that's probably why he went for it. I go for down forward 4 just to sort of beat what he's doing. I kind of mashed that out. That's why I beat his jab. He could have backdashed and launched me, so I don't know if this is a super consistent option to go for. Like maybe down 4 is better, just in every situation. Either way, backdash, backdash. Bro, that hit me so far away. He's just rocking the 1-2s, 1-2s. I'm like, that is annoying. What do I do about this? You see me down 1+2 because I'm tired of getting hit by 1-2s. He messes up a punish. I down forward 3+4 may not have reached there, but forward forward 4 is definitely not the answer, so I'm able to float him for it. I get the wall. I go for my Oki, down forward 1. He does down forward 1-1, and I know he loves to throw after that, so I duck it, and then I tried to break it anyway. He does the wall jump into down back. That's disgusting. I've never seen that before. And then is able to whiff punish with while sending 1-3. On Oki here, I'm just trying to get up, get away from the wall. He whiffs sidestep 1+4, and I just happened to be doing a power crush because I was kind of panicking. I run forward. I know he's not going to stand to get up. I need to practice dash blue spark in this situation because it hits grounded. It may hit side roll, but it launches standing up backwards. But I run up down back 1, and then I wall sending 4, and I'm like looking in the complete opposite direction. He down forward 2s, knight 2 jab in response. Backdash, jackhammer, and it whiffs. And I'm like, oh god. He goes into relax and does relax 3, slide 4. And in my head, I'm like, okay, so I can punish with either back 1 or back 3-2. So I'm trying to decide between back 1 and back 3-2. Back 1 or back 3-2. And then I hit back 2. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And then I'm like, you should have done this. And I hit back 1. I should have done this. And then he does it again. And then I do it again. And I'm like, oh my god. You could see me roll my eyes. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And I run up down back 1, he low parries it. I'm like, of course he would low parry that. Why? That's like such a classic panic option. And I just need a round. He does standing 4, and then down back 2 this time. Down forward 1 still would have beaten it, and it also would have beaten sidestep 3+4. I was struggling in the moment to think of how do I beat sidestep 3+4? Maybe I can jab after, but no, he just down back 2s. And I'm like, if I had done down forward 1, that would have beaten it. He starts rocking 1-2s. I duck the second one, do down back 1, 1-2s, 1-2s. I see the down forward 1-1, and I duck, and I'm like, no, you're not gonna rodeo me. Yeah, I've seen I've seen the clips, I've seen the videos. So I was really happy about that because I was like, even though it hit me, I was like, I know he likes to rodeo there. I waited on Oki and then dashed up and back 2, and he did an immediate response move, which beat me. He does it again, and then I try to fake it down back 1, get back 2 instead. See, I was really worried, like, I was like, I don't know what to do here. I'm going to try to dash block in case he does sidestep 3+4. Instead, he just does sidestep 4. And then I get hit by both. I'm like, oh yeah, you have to duck the second hit of that. He does it again. I'm like, okay. And then I try to punish, and it whiffs. This time I see him do down forward 1-1, I don't duck because I don't think he's going to do a throw. I think he's trying to see if I'm going to duck. So I challenge. And then I down back one. He backdashed into duck and then is able to tag me with low. He does wall standing 3+4. I just saw that it whiffed. So I wasn't exactly prepared to float it. I tried to whiff punish it. He goes into relax. And in this moment, you see his face. In this moment, I'm like, I'm just gonna look for him to press a button, and then I'm gonna rage art. And I saw him press a button, and I rage arted on reaction. And I'm like, what do I do? How do I close out this round? We're even on health. I run up, I backdash. He goes into a handstand, and then he does rage drive, and I'm like, I need to backdash because I might get hit by a slippery kicks. Relax 1-3. I'm like, ow, that hurt really bad, more than I thought it would. Okay, what do I do? Sidestep, sidestep, sidestep. He's dashing, hit 2, and then he just down me 2. It was a really fun match. I'm actually starting to really enjoy the Eddie matchup. I'm learning a lot about it. Playing against Spero was a great experience, and it showed me a lot of my potential as a player, I guess, because I feel like I played pretty well, but also it's not like he's the type to just rush you down the whole time. So it does sort of give you a little more of an opportunity to show what you can do, I guess. I'm pretty happy with how this match went. There were only a handful of situations where I really dropped the ball. Most of it is just a lack of experience, both with my character and as a player. So yeah, not too bad.